And with us now is the author of this report, Jake Wallace-Simons, the deputy editor of the Jewish Chronicle. Sir, thank you so much for being with me. I'd like to start with a question about one detail that to me just jumps out from the page. You report there was a burst of 13 bullets from this massive gun, this automated weapon. It did not injure any of the other bodyguards in the convoy or the wife, and the wife was sitting just a few inches away, 10 inches away or less. It sounds almost incredible.
Yes, I mean, I think that I would point out, contrary to your reporter just now, that the Iranians have put out conflicting ideas about how this assassination happened. Initially, they said there was a team of gunmen who killed Fakhrizadeh, but then they themselves said that there was a machine which shot him using artificial intelligence and that it was satellite operated. So that idea has been out already, but my sources have confirmed that this was definitely true, although it wasn't operated by satellite. It was operated remotely by spies who were there on the ground. Now, one of the revelations that I was able to make is that the reason why this elaborate assassination technique was used was to ensure accuracy, because he was traveling with a team of 12 bodyguards. His wife was sitting next to him 10 inches away in the next seat. And again, the Iranians have confirmed this. And so this presented the Israelis with a problem. You know, they're adults. They're not, they don't behave in such a way where they take out loads of civilians for the sake of one target if they can possibly do otherwise. And so it is quite astonishing. They went to these lengths to ensure this kind of hyper accuracy when they could really have done it with a car bomb that would have taken out all of them at once.
Sir, journalist to journalist, I do want to ask about your sources here. Obviously, you're protecting their identity. They spoke to you on background. When it came to getting the details, the intricate, specific details that you're revealing, is it one source that had this information, or you did speak with multiple people who knew how it went down?
I'm sorry, I can't answer that question.
You can't answer, but you report sources, so there's multiple people involved who spoke with you about the details of the operation, correct?
I'm sorry. Yeah, you can read what I wrote in the Jewish Chronicle for the details and the phrasing. I'm afraid I can't elaborate on this. I'm sure you understand. It's not. I want to be awkward, but it's just with these stories, one has to be careful.
All right. I want to ask, sir, if I can, about the fact that both Iranian nationals and Israeli agents were involved in this planning over 8 months. And in the report, it's clear that they had to get in and out of Tehran. This is extraordinarily high-risk stuff.
It is, that's right. I mean, there are so many things that are impressive about this operation, and that is certainly one of them. The idea that there were Israeli nationals on the ground in Tehran working with Iranian local agents to carry out this hit. And in fact, the response from the Iranians is interesting about this as well, because they have been devastated by this attack in terms of their nuclear program, of course, but also in terms of the huge security breach. And I've heard from a couple of sources that one of the problems with the Iranian security services is that they're so busy watching dissidents and journalists and people who might not toe the party line, basically a large chunk of the population, keeping them under surveillance, that they haven't got the bandwidth for dealing with people who actually mean business. And certainly they are carrying out they have been carrying out a very comprehensive security review in the aftermath of this attack. And one of the questions they're asking themselves is, did the Israelis and the Iranian allies who carried out this attack, did they leave the country? Or did they stay there to carry out further acts of sabotage or infiltration afterwards? The Iranians just don't know that. And that's one of the things that are playing on their minds, as well as the idea that they just know now that anything they say, anything they try to do is going to be almost certainly known to the Mossad, which will not hesitate to take action.
Yeah, a major psychological aspect, of course, in the aftermath of this. What happened then to the Israeli Mossad agents who were involved, according to your reporting? Listen, Jake, we played this soundbite during the report. I saw you kind of smirking a little bit. I want to play it one more time and get your response. Here's what Mayor Javed Anfar, who is an Iranian lecturer with the IDC here in Israel, had to say about the reporting. Let's play the soundbite.
I've never heard heard of such an assassination. The last time we saw something like this was in Breaking Bad. Your viewers watched the last episode where he brought a super gun and he shot all these people, and then we saw how many people were killed. Take me suspect. I'm not suspicious. I'm not convinced, but here we are.
Sir, can I just get your response to that? I mean, clearly just the fact that we don't seem to have heard of any assassination like this in history.
Well, I mean, I would say a number of things in response to that. I mean, the Shabak and the Mossad have carried out a lot of elaborate assassinations involving poison, involving explosive devices, and all other manner of things. On this occasion, I would say that it isn't simply my sources who have confirmed this. It's also partially confirmed, at least, by the Iranians, who, as I said, didn't get quite all the details accurate, but they did say that there was a machine involved. So I would say that to him. But also, I mean, I think the main point is that with all of these stories, because you're relying on sources that cannot make themselves known, there's always going to be an element of doubt when people read this stuff, wondering, did he just make it up, or where's it come from, and so forth. On this occasion, I'm 100% sure and feel solid that it's true, because I know the sources that I used, I know them, and I know the situation. I'm satisfied that the people in the know who knew what went down will read my story and will know that it's accurate. So, other people are always going to have their suspicions, because that's the nature of the story. But I can say that doesn't particularly bother me.